Hi everyone, I'm Roberto Coscia, and in today's video I want to show you how we can code and vibe code with Google Code Assist, which is an extension of Visual Studio Code, which, if you saw my previous video, we initially shown when it just came out. I want to go through it again today to see how it has improved and it how it works generally. The experience of using it, considering that is totally free and that you can use uh, Google Gemini 2.5 Pro, which is the latest and best AI model. And one pro of this coding tool is that you can use with 1 million context token, which is something you generally you don't do with other coding tools. So let's have a look into it. So, I just loaded the project, which is the ATS bypass adapter. I wanted to check with the situation where I am. By the way, if you want to download the Google Code Assist, you just go to the extension and digit Gemini. As you can see, you will find it here. You can install it and you can get here some characteristic of it. But I mentioned the biggest one, and you can just click to the icon related to it to start using it. So what I did, I took one of my projects and I want to test where it is to then debug with Google Code Assist. So this is the a CV ATS bypass machine. So I input my CV, I put one job application. I want to let's analyze now the job, and eventually let's create a CV that match the keyword of this job application in a balanced way. And I remember it had some problems. I want to see if Google Code Assist can resolve them. Let's at least try. Things over time obviously will change based on how model become better, and also based on the context, how the context behave. For example, augment code, as you might have seen in other video, look at them if you didn't. Um, it is really good at understanding the code and when to make changes. I actually had the best experience with the augment code so far. Um, but let's see now how it works. It is actually improving with 0.6% my CV because obviously I asked to change only in case it is uh, it's like the changes are logical. Oh, as you can see, there are some issues. For example, here is showing key achievement instead of the company name, and it is not. I can see it's not structured well here. I can see here the structure not really working as expected, and also not showing all the job experiences. So let's phrase it to Gemini this. So let's see. As you can see here, you have the context item, the current file. So, or we can choose the current file, or with, let's see if we can probably choose the whole. Interestingly, you can choose specific files, folders, front-end, backend, on tools. Um, it seems like you can connect with which resemble to MCP. This is something that was not available before, but that is available now. We are not using at the moment, where we don't want to use MCP at the moment, even though tools, if you go in depth, there are even further one. And probably there is a way to configure other one if you want to add, for example, the playwright one is not available at the moment. Okay, but soon probably it will be available. Let's not use it at the moment. Let's probably say we want as code the front end and the back end. Considering we have 1 million token. And let's say the optimized CV uh, job experiences part is not looking structured correctly. First of all, there is only shown one job experience instead of all of them mentioned in the CV uploaded. The job experiences should show with first as title the job company, well, the job role, the company, the start and end date that should be hard coded from the CV initially input. The key achievement should show the first four bullet points, which should come from the initial CV and eventually updated with the keyword of the job application logically and where fits naturally. Otherwise, we're basically messing up the CV. The other sections should look the same, except I didn't see the section where frameworks, where QA frameworks and coding frameworks, tools, and AI tools that the person uses if is stated in the CV. What I'll do, I'll copy this because this is something that I might really need to write and use eventually. What I want is to, if you saw the previous video, if you didn't check, this tool is fantastic because it allows you to write snippets. I want to edit a snippet that I can reuse easily later on. Let's actually create a new snippet. Let's call it uh, vibe coding um, ATS. And here what I will write is slash ATS because it's what I remember. I will, okay. This will allow me with just slash ATS to write this prompt again if I need and modify it accordingly. Let's do that. Let's go back and I think we're done for now. Let's make the change. And let's see what changes it does. It will take some time, so probably let's just I will get back to you with the results. Okay, after a few minutes, I got this message of warning where it says that a code sample in this response was truncated because it exceeded the maximum allowable output. Please use the response carefully. You may also try your question again, selecting a smaller block of code as the context. Um, Probably the fact that we gave a big chunk of code on a big project now, we went over the context limits already, um, which means that you have limits on what you can use and what can change as code. So obviously you need to choose a smaller chunk. Probably let's try just to work on the backend part with the hot backend, and let's not mention the front end. Let's see what happens. Okay, what worked, the strategy that worked was that I opened another chat and I inserted as context first the front end and then the back end. I admit that my request was quite long to probably because as you can see here, the code base in the front end and back end is quite big. So obviously, um, it had to check really a lot of files, um, and probably the context was too big. So this worked, and as you can see here, the response I did first with the with the backend. Then I also that I said to fix the front end as in consequence of that. And now what we'll do, we'll check if the problem was solved thanks to only this prompt. Could also be that it didn't, but let's see. We're just testing code assist, Gemini code assist, to see how to perform in these situations. Then you can get yourself your own opinion. By the way, was this video useful? If so, consider to like, comment the video, let me know your opinion on this video and on this specifically on in this AI coding tool. If you found a better way to use it, and if you found better AI coding tool, which is the best for you, let me know in the comment. Subscribe the channel so that we can update, I can update you with the other video where I go to in depth with all AI coding tool and AI tools to use to improve your productivity. And let's see the result now. So it doesn't seem to me it fixed the problem, to be honest. So definitely I would go again to check further and ask other questions. Uh, we'll do so, but the goal was not achieved at the moment. Um, I found much better myself with argument code, raw code, and other coding tools. I believe that at the moment I see shining this tool more for asking questions and not necessarily to solve fix your code as an agent with agent functionality. Um, or to simply suggest you changes in the code because it can do so. Um, and that's it. Let me know your opinion and see you in the next one.